Hello, welcome everyone. This is Updawg-Yoga, a free online yoga studio. You can take classes with me. My name is Emily. I'm going to guide you through this video. So the most important thing in yoga is your breath. So please breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. You never have to hold your breath. And for me, about 10 breaths equals 1 minute. You can kind of test that yourself. How many breaths can you take in 1 minute? And I'm talking about slow, deep breathing. That's what we're gonna do today. Deep breath in through your nose, and slow, deep breath out through your nose. So most of these poses will hold for about 1 minute. And if you're not using a watch or a stopwatch, you can count about 10 breaths for yourself. And if you'd like to hold this pose longer, just add more breaths to it. Add 20 breaths or 30 breaths, whatever you feel is right for you. So let's get started with some deep breathing here. You can sit comfortably in a cross-legged position. Just whatever is your natural way, swap out your legs. Just so we can keep our legs even. Bring your hands to your knees or in your lap. Sit up tall here and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And deep breath out through your nose. And just take a few deep breaths here on your own to get centered and grounded for your practice. And as you continue to breathe here, this time move into a side stretch. Plant your right hand to your right side, reach your left arm up and over, look at the ground or look up to the ceiling, breathe here. And then come back up to seated, swap sides. So plant your left hand down, reach your right arm up and over. And again, look down or look up. And then move back so your spine is neutral. This time we'll go into crocodile pose and Sphinx pose. So we're gonna lie face down. You can make a pillow out of your hands. Just stack one hand on top of the other and use your hands as a pillow. Lie on your belly. And find the pillow again. Stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. We're just gonna take 10 deep breaths here. So soften your face, soften your jaw, breathe into your lower back, breath in, breath out. There's really no work to do here, just breathe. Ride the waves of your breath. Send your breath to your lower back or your hips, any place that needs some extra love. And then move into Sphinx pose from here. You can slide your hands back. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide in front of you and press your toes down. Pull your heart forward, look forward, and breathe here. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Spread your fingers wide. For a deeper stretch, you just press your forearms down, press your toes down, activate your legs. Soften your low back. Soften your face again. Smooth out any wrinkles in your forehead or your cheeks. And you can continue to look forward or maybe look side to side for a breath. So look over your right shoulder. And then come back to center. This time look over your left shoulder. Gently come back to center. We'll take 3 more breaths here. And then press up to tabletop. Move back to your hands and knees. So slide your hands back, press up, and this time into child's pose. Big toes together, knees as wide as your mat. Sink your hips back to your heels, stretch your arms forward, rest on your forehead. So keep breathing here, spread your fingers wide, soften your shoulders, breathe into the back of your lungs and back of your heart. And then come up to tabletop on your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under, press back into downward facing dog. Pedal your knees a few times. Relax your head and neck. Just stretch out in this pose. Now look forward to your hands. Step your right foot in between your hands. So if your foot doesn't make it in between your hands, grab your ankle, pick up your foot and place it there. Okay? Keep your left hand down and reach your right arm up and out. So you lean back into a twist. If you need to lower to your knee, you can totally do that. Lean back, lift up, try to stack your hand over your shoulder. Press the floor away. And then release your right hand down. Come back to downward facing dog. We'll do the same stretch on the other side. So right foot back. And here we have about 5 breaths. So like half a minute. In our twist, look forward, step your left foot in between your hands. If it doesn't make it, place it there. Okay. Right hand down, twist your left arm up. So stretch your right leg back, lean back in your twist, look up to your thumb. Remember, you can also lower to your knee. Inhale, and exhale, release. Back to downward facing dog, so plant your hands, step your left foot back. This time we'll go into Pigeon Pose. So look forward to your hands. This time bring your right knee forward. So your knee goes to the right side of your mat, if you have a mat, or behind your right wrist. Tuck your left toes, wiggle your left leg back. Let's take 5 breaths here. Bring your left foot down, walk your hands back. Take a big back bend, inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, fold. Walk your hands forward. Relax your face, soften your jaw. Slow, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. And if your hip is like really up, that just means you need a yoga block under there. But as long as it feels good, you can stay there. And if it doesn't, feel free to take any alternative pose, like you can swing your leg forward and just stretch this way. That's a good option. And then walk your hands back, come back to downward facing dog, press into your hands, tuck your left toes, slide your right leg back, pedal your knees, reset. Other side, swing your left knee forward to the left side of your mat, stretch your right leg back. So walk your hands back, find your big back bend, look up, inhale, and exhale, fold. Make sure in the center of your hips, soften your face, soften your jaw. Slow, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. And then take your time, walk your hands back, tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee, downward facing dog. Pedal your knees. And then lower down. This time we'll go into puppy dog pose. So in tabletop, bring your forearms down, elbows down, and bring your forehead into your mat. So it's like halfway between child's pose and tabletop. You'll feel a stretch in your shoulders. With your hips up, take a few breaths here. And then for a deeper stretch, you can rest on your chin and look forward. Keep breathing. Make your way up to your hands and knees again. This time into a shoulder stretch. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, so right arm goes underneath your left arm, right ear to your mat. Press into your left hand, lean back into your twist. And then come back up. Other side, inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, left arm underneath your right arm. Press into your hand, lean back into your twist. And then back to tabletop. Move to seated, knees to one side, hips to the opposite side. Swing your feet forward. All right, this time, bring your feet together and knees wide. You can hold onto your feet or your ankles. Sit up tall. You can also use your elbows to open up your thighs. Close your eyes, slow, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. And this will take 10 breaths here. You're welcome to stay upright, or you can lean forward. Just make sure that your sit bones stay on the floor. And then bring your knees together, stretch your legs out. So spread your toes wide. If you have trouble sitting up tall, especially for that butterfly pose or for this pose, I recommend sitting with your back against the wall. That always helps me. So you can stay up here, spread your toes wide. You can also bend your knees, especially if you have very tight hamstrings, your knees are probably gonna bend. So you can stay sitting up. If your legs expand out, you can stay up, or this time you can fold. So walk your hands forward and you can rest on your forearms, or you can grab your big toes. So either way is fine. As long as your sit bones stay grounded, deep breath in, deep breath out. And then walk your hands back in, come back up to seated. This time, lie on your back. side and then lie on my back. It's just easier on my low back. But any way you can get there, lie on your back. You may have to move ponytails. Bend your knees, and then extend your right leg up to the ceiling. So this is a hamstring stretch. You can interlace your hands behind your leg. You can also use a strap. They have yoga straps, or you can use a belt. Thread over the ball of your foot. Okay? But I don't have a strap, so I'm just going to use my hands. Hold on to the back of your thigh, and then extend your left toes out. Look up to your right toes and breathe here. You can also circle your big toe. Circle your big toe in the air. And then circle your big toe the opposite way. And then release your leg. Other side, bend your knees, extend your left leg up, interlace your hands behind your leg, look up to your toes and breathe here, or stretch your right leg long. You can circle your big toe again. This time circle your left ankle. Or circle in the opposite direction. Keep breathing. And then hug your knees into your chest. So pull your knees in. Stay still or gently rock side to side. And then we'll move into a twist. So knees together, drop your knees over to your right side, reach your left arm out. You can either stretch your arm straight out, or you can bend your elbow, especially if you don't have a lot of space, like you have a lot of furniture around you, just bend your elbow, look to your hand, and close your eyes. Slow, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. We usually do these reclining twists towards the end of class, so you know the end is coming up soon. Just to neutralize your spine after all that work we just did. Keep that same gentle, ocean-like breath. And gently roll into your back. So one knee at a time, drop your knees to your left side this time. Reach your right arm out, look to your right hand. Make some space on this side, slow down. And then gently roll into your back. This time, happy baby pose. So pull your knees into your armpits, grab the edges of your feet, rock side to side. Another way to do this is called dead bug. So you just gently pull your knees down, your low back down, and you hold and breathe here. So if one doesn't feel good, feel free to take the other one. Or both. So gently pull your knees down, your low back, or rock side to side. And then hug your knees into your chest, big squeeze, forehead to your knees, and release. Before we move into our final pose, I'm going to offer one more pose. So bend your knees, hands beside your hips, and stretch your legs up to the ceiling. So look up to your toes and breathe here. Now if this is like way too much, like my legs are shaking from the energy, if that feels like too much, you can use the wall, like sit against the wall and bring your legs up. And this will support your legs, and just bring your arms down. Just look up to your toes and breathe. And we'll take about 5 breaths here on the wall, or 5 breaths on your mat. And then when you're ready to release, gently bring your knees down, stretch up in your final pose, reach your legs long, arms to your side, palms up, and close your eyes, chin to your chest. We'll take 10 breaths here. Feel free to stay longer. This is just to absorb the practice. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently roll to one side. And then help yourself up to seated. Hands to your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes. One more moment of stillness. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.